You hear about some news, then you go and look at the market and you see whatever has already happened has already happened. If it's positive news, the spike is already there. If it's negative news, the downfall is already there and you missed it, you're a little bit too late. Well, that's because you have the wrong sources of information. In order to be staying up to date on this, you need sources of information like Final Stand and my Twitter account. I have so many different notifications from so many different news outlets, every single one you can possibly think of, constantly sending me updates about cryptocurrency, about things like that. I look at that all day long. That's my entire job, so I can keep you updated right here on Final Stand, and you can be one of the people who sees the stuff ahead of time before the spike or the downfall already happens, and that way you can be better protected against the bad things and better insured to capitalize on the positive things. So whatever the heck you do, come join the channel, subscribe with notifications on. This is the place to be. As everyone starts to come into live, we have some major news in terms of one of the largest payment service providers in the entire world. Actually, the largest, with a major cryptocurrency acquisition that could change the entire game for Dogecoin, for Bitcoin, for all of the cryptocurrencies that we are hoping to take over the global financial system. This is going to be one of the most important lives that you'll probably see in a while because of how big this story is. And before we get to that very positive good news, we also have some negative news to talk about right here. If you haven't joined the channel yet, go ahead, take a second to do that right now. But let us regulate the Wild West of cryptocurrency, says SEC chair. This is a picture of him right here. This guy drinks Sirius for breakfast, he eats Sirius for lunch, then he has some Sirius for dinner at night. He probably sleeps with his socks on. He's not the type of guy we want to be regulating crypto, and yet here we are at a position where people like this who don't understand it, have never invested in it, do not get the inner workings, haven't done hardly any research on it, are now responsible for regulating something which was designed entirely in the first place to be outside of the government. Now the government's trying to dip their hand into it. This, by the way, is the description of him. Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler is an American former investment banker and former government official who is now the chairman of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Gensler previously led the Federal Reserve Banking and Securities Regulation Agency review team. So there we go. That's some of the history of him. And keep in mind, I never go after specific sides, mainly because it's people on all sides that are doing this. If there was one side that was doing all the bad stuff, then I guess we would go after them more, but that's really not the case right now. We need all politicians to be better educated. No matter what side they're on, everyone should be doing the right thing for cryptocurrency. We want this to be a place here on the Final Stand Show where everyone can come and hear the information and the facts without having to worry about any of that other drama and stuff like that. We just want to have the good stuff here and none of the bad stuff. That's the way it should be. And everyone's starting to come in. Is the chat now on? I believe the chat may not be on. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. I'm not sure what happened here. Maybe I accidentally pressed the wrong button because the chats do not seem to be working. Oh well. Maybe see if you can figure that out while I'm continuing to do the live, because we're also seeing some other big stories in the cryptocurrency space. But with this one specifically, Gary is looking at crypto and thinking he needs to come in and protect people from cryptocurrency. And that's kind of, I think, the biggest problem is that we're going to see most likely government officials and government agencies looking at this. We need to go protect the people. We need to go make sure that you're not losing money. When in reality, the smart thing to do, educate people on what's happening, educate people on what we're seeing. Oh, look at that. So apparently the chats are coming in. I'm not sure why they're not showing up. For some reason, they're not. I feel like I just need to press a button or something and then they'll show up. But I don't know. Maybe if I go top chat, it may not be visible. There we go. Now it's working. What the heck, YouTube? What's your highest price prediction for Tiger King coin? Oh, I think we can absolutely see a 10x from here. Tiger King coin is one of my most optimistic future coins that I'm continuing to hold. I have a ton of it right now. My largest Dogecoin holdings are Tiger King and Dogecoin. But John as well, thank you for the chat. So what we're seeing with him, he wants to come in. He actually is quoted as saying in this most recent quote that he thinks a lot of people are going to get hurt from cryptocurrency, from what's unregulated. There are parts where the government can help in terms of stopping crime and stopping illegal activities when it comes to the inner workings of cryptocurrency. If there are cyber criminals and people trying to take your money, if you can stop that, if you can help against some of the rug pulls, maybe, just maybe, there can be some positives here. But if you try to go further than that and protect people against the main cryptocurrencies and try to stop people from buying them here or buying them there, or try to really crack down, that's where it starts to get bad. And so to see him saying specifically this quote, the Wild West. It's not really a Wild West. It's actually very, very, very controlled in most areas. And most people who are in it understand that. People who are not do not understand it. But where it really starts to get fun for this live is this next story here, and there's a decent chance you haven't even heard of it yet. You probably don't even know about this because there's not enough media outlets that are trying to talk about the positive sides. A lot of them are talking about the negatives. We'll talk about that too, but you need both. You need the positives and the negatives. A lot of media outlets will only do one or the other. Here you can get everything. Payments giant NRC acquiring LibertyX to complete crypto solution. It's not the most attractive headline. You don't look at that and say, oh my gosh, it's going to change the game. But here, I've done some more research for you, digging further into exactly what this means, and I'm going to explain right now why this could be one of the most significant articles in the history of cryptocurrency that could significantly change the entire course of it forever. A lot of people don't even know about it, and it's that important. Kind of crazy to think about. But basically, LibertyX, if you don't know who the heck they are the largest network of Bitcoin ATMs, cashiers, and casinos with over 9,500 ATMs and 20,000 retail stores. So pretty dang small. I mean, they're the largest, so that's a big deal, but they're still small in comparison to what you would think of as something big. But if you want to do things, if you want to see something big though, let's go into the next part of this. NRC's website. NRC is the one that's acquiring LibertyX. NRC is significantly bigger. They have, first of all, over 650,000 ATMs. You compare that, the largest Bitcoin has 9,500. They have 650,000. They're in over 141 countries, have more than 15 million customers using their mobile banking. And also, this is the huge, big, important stat that everyone needs to be hearing about. 45% of the market share when it comes to point of sale for grocery and other retail stores globally in over 141 countries, like I said. And they are now acquiring a Bitcoin ATM and payment service, and their plan is to go significantly further than this. Take a look at this quote from NCR. That's the name of the company that's doing the acquisition of the smaller company about cryptocurrency. Take a look. Due to growing consumer demand, our customers require a complete digital currency solution, including the ability to buy and sell cryptocurrency, conduct cross-border remittance, and accept digital cryptocurrency payments across digital and physical channels. The LibertyX solution will accelerate our ability to rapidly discover these capabilities to the markets. Moving forward, NCR will offer the LibertyX compatibilities as part of its solution for banks, retailers, and restaurants. NCR's digital wallet and mobile applications will provide these compatibilities across NCR's physical and digital touchpoints. The announcement details. So basically what we're hearing now is that we're going to have thousands and thousands and thousands of companies, not just in the United States, all across the world, and pretty much every single major country that you can possibly think of, that are now going to be able to easily accept cryptocurrency through this. This will change the game. Technically, this acquisition has not gone through full yet. There are still some things that need to be done. It has to go through basically all of the general stuff, has to go through the regulatory licensing, the consent and approvals, the closing conditions, all of that, but it is expected to most likely be approved, and we should be able to see this by the end of the year, which means most likely toward the end of this year, we will see another major run for cryptocurrency. Right here, right now on Final Stand, you are hearing this information before probably anywhere else that you would have possibly heard it, unless you are really have your finger on exactly these small little publications. I do. I'm looking at the small ones, the big ones. No major outlet, no major publication has even talked about this yet, and it's one of the most significant things that we have seen in the last years when it comes to cryptocurrency. It's going to really change the game. Right now, Bitcoin is the main focus here, but the best part about Dogecoin being on the Bitcoin chain is that it's going to be extremely easy to now integrate Dogecoin into this. So now that they're already having the entire Bitcoin network and infrastructure set up across the entire globe, all they have to do is with a simple few swipes of a brush, I guess you could say, metaphorically speaking, they can now add Dogecoin to those same exact systems and accept Dogecoin broadly across the entire globe. We're already pushing for that. We're already talking to people behind the scenes. We're already talking to people out in the public, tweeting at them, saying things to them. We're going to continue to do that. So come join us, come join the movement as we convince them to also include Dogecoin in this more broadly, because if we can be successful in this, and it's not going to be that hard to do because it makes financial sense for all these companies to accept Dogecoin, then we are going to see one of the biggest windfalls. Everyone right now who's invested in Dogecoin is early. That's a fact. And after all of this comes through, and all the positive things we're going to see for the future, it is going to be most likely one of the most life-changing things to have bought Dogecoin early, as we all did right now. How can you buy Tiger King coin? It's really easy. All you have to do is you get a Coinbase wallet, then you get a Coinbase app, you buy Ethereum, you transfer to Coinbase wallet, then you get Uniswap. You don't have to get it, you just use a link. Then you connect it to your wallet, then you type in T-King, it'll show up as a little thing with a dot or a line in the middle, a little circle with a line in the middle. Then you click swap from Ethereum to T-King, And boom, there you go. Now you have teaking. It's literally that easy. It takes about 10 minutes. ADA Cardano going to pump Doge to the moon. I like it. Coming in from Laws, Calm. I do have a decent amount of ADA right now. I have significantly more Dogecoin and Tiger King, but I am a fan of ADA, and I'm going to continue being a fan of it moving forward. It's very hard to get me to like a crypto that's a new one. I'm not going to buy it most likely. There's a small chance of that happening, a very small chance, but sometimes, occasionally, people can convince me. It's just very, 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 very difficult, and I have not bought a new cryptocurrency in a long time, with the exception of Tiger King. Matt for president. I don't know about that. I don't like that idea very much. That sounds way too stressful. Maybe I'll be the president of Mars. How about that? I'll be the president of Mars, and we'll make Dogecoin the currency for sure. Oh, I want to be the president. I want to be the president of Pluto. That sounds like a huge win right there, a huge W. I like Gemini. Yeah, Gemini's pretty good. Thank you, Matt. To the moon as well, coming from Andre. I appreciate that comment there. As we continue to see these big stories unfold, it's only a matter of time before the narrative and the energy around this starts to catch up to the price. It takes time. It's obviously going to be hard when we have all these regulatory talks happening, all the SEC stuff and the quotes and everything with the government and what's happening with the bill. It's going to be hard for crypto to spike right now. But after this blows over, that's when we're going to see some of that. Right now, cryptocurrency down approximately 3% today, so not too good. It did go up some before that, so you could call it a correction, I guess, if you wanted to. And we're also seeing some more big companies starting to look at cryptocurrency payment options. Right now, Bakkt and Quiznos Sandwich Chain are partnering together to launch a cryptocurrency acceptance pilot for payments. That's going to be huge. And what this means too is that we're likely going to see more of this. I've been predicting it for a while on the show. We're going to see more and more major companies saying, you know what, let me actually partner with an exchange. Robinhood is coming next. Webull is coming next. A lot of these big exchanges right now who don't have wallets, they're going to get them. And after that, they're going to then give you the ability to pay for things in direct correlation with companies, sponsorship deals, deals where they get a percentage, deals where there's publicity. All this is coming when the market can make money. There's going to be people who use that for that, and we can actually be part of that by just holding the cryptocurrency. It's kind of like holding a stock in a way, but a little bit different. Dogecoin and Doge to the moon. The T-Dog says Matt for president and lobbyist or head of Secretary of State of Mars. There we go. That's something I can handle. I'll be the president of Mars, the Secretary of State for Mars, and my first order of business will be, of course, making Dogecoin the payment system of Mars. Elon Musk will probably already beat me to it. Otherwise, if the Dogecoin's already a payment system, I'll just make free candy for everyone. Obviously, you got to have your free candy on Mars. Of course, vote for Matt. Free candy. Don't you want your free candy? Just imagine every kid on the playground was like, yeah, well, what would you do if you became president? Free candy for everyone. And of course, they would all get our votes. I don't know why. Adults should try that. Come on, adults. Stop being so snooty and give us our free candy. We'll vote for you. Not worried long term. That's a joke, by the way. Don't actually do that, politicians. Imagine one of them was watching and actually decided to make a campaign about that. Bitcoin equals first storage history. Dogecoin equals first social crypto history. $5 is your prediction from The Seeker. I like that prediction there. I think it's absolutely something that's a possibility on the table. Not easy to hit those dollar ranges, but we can do it, and I think it's going to happen. Doge Coin, yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that. It's breaking news. T-King handlebar mustaches are taking over Twitter sphere from Dr. Doge. I have seen a lot of them lately. I guess you could say they're taking over, can't you? You can say that for sure. What about the crypto? Someone's going to do a mustache handlebar and also the golden laser eyes. That's a double win right there. That would definitely be the way to do it. But also we're seeing this, Molly Fo continuing to write articles bad about Dogecoin. Top 3 Robinhood stocks to buy in August instead of Dogecoin. And they put Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, and Catalyst Pharmaceuticals, all the stocks that I would highly recommend you stay as far away from as you possibly can right now. None of those should be looked at seriously at all for long-term or even short-term investments. Those are way too risky. They've already gone up a lot from some of the hype. So once again, Molly Fo being wrong as usual. There's not a lot of times they're right, actually, believe it or not. Oh, you said you like Chick-fil-A. It's a good restaurant. They have some great food there. You actually make me want that by commenting that. Maybe Matt will go get some Chick-fil-A after the show because Matt's very hungry. Matt is definitely hungry. Crypto tax proposal in U.S. had limited impact on Bitcoin market so far. That is true as well. We have not seen all these tax proposals causing a crash. Some people would have told you it would have happened, but we know better. The cryptocurrency tax proposals are only going to cause a crash if they're extremely negative, and we're not going to let that happen. We will, in fact, do everything in our power to stop it from being overly negative and make sure that it's actually good. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, when are we going to paint the Dogecoin on the SpaceX rockets? As soon as we can. Elon Musk, I know he's seen my tweets. He's seen them, but he has not responded yet. I feel like there could be a degree of difficulty with actually painting something on a rocket. He's already busy. Maybe he doesn't want to have to deal with it. Maybe it'll be a liability issue. I don't know. But we'll continue trying. Maybe we'll ask him a few more times, but he's definitely seen our tweets. So it's only a matter of time if he's going to do it before he says yes. If not, then you know what? We'll leave him alone about it for a little bit. Maybe in a little bit later, we'll talk about it again. But Zakari as well, thank you for the chats coming in. As we're also saying, Jeff Bezos. Oh no, he's no longer the richest person. Well, that's just too bad, Jeff Bezos. He's no longer the richest person. Oh no, what are we gonna do? How is the world going to survive without Jeff being the richest person? It's the Bernard family now, who's responsible for some of the most expensive luxury brands in the world, and they've been going back and forth for a while. But keep trying, please. Yeah, I guess maybe we should keep trying. Should we not give up yet? Maybe we can keep asking Elon. By the way, the new SpaceX ship, oh my gosh, how beautiful is that? The pictures he's been posting, just truly remarkable. This massive behemoth of technology. I would love for one day this to be turned into a hotel where you can go and actually stay in a Starship rocket and have an incredible view from the top there. But anyway, I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.